Hey loves, it's your girl Bree here, and I'm back to you with another video. So, as you've seen by the title, I am coming to y'all with my tips on how to pass second semester. So, I just recently took MedSurg and OB. And I want to give y'all, like, I have it, like, I keep looking down, it's my paper, obviously. But I keep putting down, I had kind of broke this up into like 2 sections. So you're going through the program, it's flowing. These are the tips that help you continue to flow, continue to succeed. That's how I organized it. And then I have a section where I wanted to talk about, like, okay, you haven't passed, like you're starting to fail, what are you going to do? I feel like a lot of these videos, people always talk about how to succeed, but they never talk about, like, when you're not doing so good, how to pick up the momentum and actually pass your class if you're not doing so well. So I kind of wanted to make that video, like this video, like that, just to help. Cause baby, when I tell you, when you in that what's that? When you in that war, cause that's what it be feeling like. You in a war, and it's like you against the world sometimes. Sometimes stuff like this comes easy to people, but if you have test anxiety, stuff like that, like anything like going on in life, because life continues to go on while you're in nursing school, and you have to figure out how you're gonna still like do it. Kids get sick. You only can have 2 absences and you kicked out of the program. What are you gonna do? You have to have an 80% test average before any of your other grades are involved. Like, that's how my school is. And in this, a disclaimer, I know some people know what school I go to, so some stuff I'm trying my best. It's hard to be as transparent as you want to be when you know that what you say could be to the dramatic level, like liable in court. Like, I'm gonna be very careful on what I say and how I say it. So yeah, that being that, people can sit here and say that they get on here and they tell you the real. They ain't telling you everything, and I'm gonna be real with you, cause they tell you only a piece, and then it's like you gotta keep going in there and figuring it out. But yeah, so if there's anything I don't clear up in this video, just comment below and I will clarify back in the comment, or I will create another video for y'all to help y'all understand. Okay, let's get into it. So I was taking MedSurg and OB this semester. My first tip is always make sure you organize. So majority of these tips I feel like are for MedSurg. At my program, MedSurg is really the hardest. MedSurg is normally the hardest subject. OB is like you're gonna have to work at it, but you don't have to put that much effort as you have to put in for MedSurg. Because MedSurg requires you to think a certain way, in which I feel OB requires you to think a certain way as well. But I've had 2 babies, so it's like I just had to really gear my brain just a little bit, and I kind of understood the material. MedSurg is more of a critical thinking aspect, and you have to think more, I guess, deeper. I don't know how to really explain it, but it's a different mindset. Okay, so first I said organize your assignments. Y'all, I've said this several times before. Okay, so before we get started, if you're new here, this channel is all about beauty, logs, and lifestyle vlogs, and we throw nursing in there. It was a little bit of nursing, y'all. Now it's a lot of nursing. These days it's all nursing, so let's get into it. Like I was saying, organizing your assignments, y'all. You have to organize. If you've seen my video on like planning and organizing a nursing school, check it out. You have to go off of that syllabus, and I'm not gonna harp in because I had a whole video on it, so you should have looked at it. But If you want, you can, you know, click off of this and go look at it. But also, y'all, stay tuned to the whole video. That is another thing. People are not watching my videos all the way to the end. So I would really appreciate if you could watch my video to the end. I am really giving some gems that I feel like, trust me, I'm the one, like when I'm not doing good in the class, I'm on YouTube. I'm like, how am I going to pass this class? So I've knocked out all the easy work for you, all the hard work for you. And I'll put this all into one video. So, okay, like I said, organize, planner, prioritize your time. I have kids, so I understand it. I have a husband, so I understand not having the time. Your family wants you to hang out with them. Your kids want you to play Uno with them, play Candyland with them. Baby, you're gonna have to organize that time. And guess what? Your mental health is important as well. You're gonna have to find a way to organize. Give yourself 30 minutes. And my thing was, I did my makeup. I wanted to feel like, not the baddest, but I just wanted to feel, you know, like I did something for myself. So that was my thing. Or can't get your nails done until you get out. So find something, work out. Like, y'all, I couldn't find myself. As you can see, I have a whole gym in my house and I still couldn't work out. That says a lot, y'all. And I know, 30 minutes of your day with my brain is thinking, Bree, you need to be studying. How bad you want to pass that test. So you need to prioritize what's important and what's not important. And honestly, y'all, remember, this is only for a season. It will pass. My second tip, final exams. So this semester, my MedSurg was a cumulative final exam. So she basically took all our old exams and compiled it into one big test, and we had a final. So that helped a lot. So I don't know how your final exam might be or whatever, but studying for that, always make sure when you're giving your test back that you mark the correct answer. Because when your teacher give back your test and you ain't marked the correct answer, you sitting there looking like, hey, can you? And you only have so much time. So really prioritize, like, and I wanted to get in, especially like with the ATI, not just your finals, your ATI exams. I don't know if y'all have, I know some people have HESIs, but we have ATI exams at the end of each semester for each subject. Study throughout the semester, do 50 questions a day. That might be too much, but do 25 questions, 15, it doesn't matter. Stimulate your brain, y'all, because by the time that ATI is built different. I'm telling you right now. Anybody that know ATI, baby, it is a different beast. It is built different. The questions are different. They want you, and the one thing I've learned when it comes to the NCLEX, when it comes to these ATIs, these big tests, it's all in how they want you to answer the question. You don't even have to know the material half the time. It's just if you understand how to answer the question, you will pass. I left that there. Okay, the third one. Ignore the drama. Y'all, I had to throw this one in there, which, yeah, ignore the drama, y'all. You will have drama from peers. We have to have a group project every semester. This semester, I didn't have no drama, which I stand clear of drama. If I'm even hearing about some mess, baby, don't tell me, because I don't care. It ain't gonna put no extra points on my test. I could care less about it. And that's just how I am. And I guess that's why I kind of say to myself, because females can be so catty, and sometimes it's the guys too, but you know, each class only have so many guys in it, but females can be so catty. And I think over time, we've all been in one location together. Everybody gets tired of each other. Everybody gets irritated. Everybody want to fight. Oh, she said this about this person. Oh, I heard she passed, and I heard she failing. I heard she gonna drop. Like, that is none of your business. Nobody cares. Like, it's just, people just love to build on mess. And I think that's what that's normally about. Yeah, ignore the drama and ignore the mess. Y'all, one thing nobody's talking about. If the mess is coming from your professor, that part. Your clinical instructor, that part. Ain't nobody talking about that. I haven't seen not one person in the video talk about that mess. We're gonna let that marinate for a little bit. Do what you gotta do to pass that class. I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all know how I am with my faith. I don't know what you believe in or who you believe in. You know, everybody has their things. But as for me, baby, I'm gonna give you to God because I ain't got time. I don't have time. And the fact that you made time for me to be in some mess and to start some mess, you can have that. I don't want it. Like, y'all, stand clear of it. And I know sometimes it's hard when people say offensive things to you and you feel like you. And I know there's, like my husband, he's the type of person, you say something to him, baby, you better be ready because he's gonna come right back. Me, I'm gonna ignore you because you wasn't talking to me. You can't be talking to me because you wouldn't talk to your mother like that. You wouldn't talk to your friends like that. Like, you just being nasty with your mouth. And there's life and death in the power of your tongue. So you got to be careful with the things you say and who you say it to because you don't know what they be praying. So you might be cursing yourself. And a lot of people don't think about that. But like I said, y'all, stand clear of the drama. I'm not going to go more into that. But leave your girl some brown hearts because, baby, I went through it this semester with trying to, like, I was literally like this, like the little Kim thing, like, I don't know why. Like, people are just so messy, but that's a story time. If y'all here for a story time, but that's a story time. But let me get through the program first, and then I'll talk about what happened. Because I'm still in the program, so I don't want to say anything that they be, past that. So 4, clinicals. I don't think a lot of people talk about the clinical aspect too. Like, because if you, in my program, you don't pass clinicals, you don't pass the class. So you got to do care plans and stuff, making sure your care plans. Every teacher is going to want something different. They're going to say, oh, all I care about is if you, your key assessments, make sure you put this in or don't use this word. Like, my first semester, she was like, you can't use risk-4 on your care plans. And this semester, you can use risk-4. Like risk-4 infection, risk-4 electrolyte imbalances, like stuff like that. And this semester you can do it. And then in some classes, I heard that some teachers are still not allowing you to use risk-4 because they feel like if a patient has so many diagnoses, you should be able to find something that could trigger something else, like tissue perfusion or something like that. Like, yeah, y'all, every teacher's asking for something. So I feel like when it comes to the clinical aspect, as long as you're asking your professor what are their expectations and what are they asking for, and you're giving them what you know, showing them your knowledge, and they can go through it and criticize it all they want so you can get that A. Baby, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. I wanted to get into the clinical environment. So, if you come into a situation where there's an issue at your clinical, y'all, ignore the drama. Like, this is why I put this one right behind it. These nurses are messy. And honestly, some of them are just built like that. Some of them are burnt out. Some of them don't just have the patience to be teaching a nursing student, but they were a nursing student before. I don't get that. But hey, that's neither here or there. Also, y'all, the only way to get the best experience. Because I know some people be like, dang, I'll be at clinicals, we don't do nothing. You have to take the initiative. Those nurses don't be, majority of the time, just speaking from my experience, they don't want to be teaching no nursing student. So you know what you go do? You go find a nurse that want to teach. Hey, what you doing today? Like, oh, I'm about to go hook this IV up. Hey, I haven't been able to learn how to put an IV up. Do you mind if I follow you? Sure. Y'all, you gotta finesse it sometimes, because these nurses, you gotta, and that's another thing I've heard. A teacher said you have to sometimes brush, I think that's the word, brush someone's ego, or just, you know, elevate their ego just to make them feel good, and they'll give you whatever they want. They'll help you, and that's the better way to say it. They'll help you in however you need. So sometimes you have to do that, I guess. I'm not kissing nobody behind. I'm here. That's if you want it. I just gave that to you because that was a teacher said that. I guess because they wanted that ego brush, but hey. Yeah. I'm gonna stop there because I'm gonna keep going. Like I said, some nurses are gonna be mean. Some nurses are not gonna wanna teach you. You might be assigned a nurse and she just don't wanna teach nothing. Y'all, go find a nurse that wanna teach you. Go find a nurse that wants to show you how to pull meds out of a Pyxis. Go find a nurse that's gonna take that time and be patient with you and work with that and get your clinical experience. At least strive for at least a day that you were taught something, given something. Somebody got an ostomy, you never seen an ostomy bag or a colostomy or whatever. Try to be hands-on. Like, if your nurse is in there doing something, try to help her out. One thing I am going to say, we are in nursing school. Not saying you're never gonna be able to, you're never gonna do CNA stuff or PCT stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you're in school to be a nurse. This is your time to get nursing experience. If you see a nurse doing something, I call it cool things, and they just love that stuff. I'm like, oh, you're doing something cool. Can I come in there with you? Why are we giving this man, or how you chart? Like, ask questions. People just, I know sometimes it's like, I don't know what to ask. And sometimes you don't even care if a nurse don't want to bother with you today, because you be like, I don't feel like doing nothing today anyway. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't feel like doing nothing anyway. So if a nurse want to be mean to me, I go tend to my patient. And that's another thing. Sometimes, like the way our clinical experience was, we had to do head-to-toe assessment on our patient. We had to actually chart in the system our head-to-toe assessment. We had to chart our vitals, morning and afternoon vitals. Like, we were practicing charting and stuff, which was pretty cool. But the days that the nurses didn't want to bother with me, you know what I did? I tend to my patient, hey, do you need anything? Would you want me to grab something for you? I'm asking, what brought you here? Like, communicating. Are they alert and oriented times 4? Like, talk to your patient. That's what you're here for, you know, helping your patient. Or go help another patient. Go, like I said, go find another nurse. Okay, I harped on that one too long. The 5th one. Quizlet. Y'all better take advantage of Quizlet. When I say it's so many resources on Quizlet, like, you just gotta type the right thing in. And I'ma leave that there. Quizlet. Y'all get through it. Don't stress yourself about certain things. If you can go on Quizlet and the whole thing is there, Quizlet. And I'm gonna leave that there. 6. Give yourself grace. You fell in the test, okay. Now we gotta reevaluate. What we're gonna do different. Don't harp on it. Don't, like, y'all, I cried this semester. I did. I was tired this semester. Like, I ain't even gonna lie, I cursed a little bit. My husband the only one that heard me curse, but I cursed a little bit this semester because I was mad about a lot of stuff. But don't sit in it. Give it to God. Give it to your husband, give it to your boyfriend, give it to your mama. Or go in the closet, pray about it, leave it there. Or get your journal, write about it, leave it there. Pull your notes out in your phone, type about it, leave it there. But you need to keep it. It don't stop. It's one of those things you just gotta, okay, life knocking you out. Baby, you gotta get back in. You gotta continue to fight. It does not end. And I hate to say it like this, y'all, because nursing school is not easy. And it's not for the weak. You have to keep fighting. Like, y'all have heard my testimony about me having to drop a class and sit out for a little while. And then I'm back in it, y'all, and I passed my second semester. It's doable. You can do it. Now, I wanted to get into the part where you have taken your first exam. Let's say you're taking your first exam, you made a 60. Okay, that's the first exam. You don't know how this teacher's bringing you questions, you're learning your teacher. Okay, you go sit with your teacher, she tell you, okay, this is what you made or whatever. You ask her, why was this? You trying to pick her brain and why she feel like the answer is what the answer is. Because at the end of the day, y'all, all these nurses think different. I come into this, I'm not a nurse. Teach me how you want me to think. And if you keep, I've always been told this, if you keep a learning mindset where you always are trying to learn and you don't walk into everything like you know everything, they can work with you. Stuff can be fixed, things can be done, nothing's impossible there. But when you walk in like you already know everything, and of course you're gonna fail every time because can't nobody teach you that. Second exam. Okay, let's say you made a 68. You did a little better, but baby, them grades ain't gonna be up there if you keep making these same grades. This is your second exam now. You in them 60s. You was not in them 70s. In my program, you have to have an 80% test average before any other grades are put in. So your grades have to be on it. So you only can really fail about 2 grades. All the other ones gotta be above 70s, basically, to make it. Y'all, this is when you need to be on guard. When you done failed those 2 tests, you need to be on guard. You need to be first talking to your professor. There's things that I just feel like some people say after the first exam, but I really feel after the second exam, baby, I'm not saying you gotta drop or anything, but you need to be on guard. This is where you need to pull out all the stops. You need to be asking peers, hey, how did you do? I know like some people don't like to share their grades. You can start off like that. Hey, I know a lot of people don't like to share their grades, but I'm really trying to pass this class and I'm not like really struggling. Like, are you doing good? And they don't have to tell you their grade, just like if they're doing good, explain to them, hey, how do you study? I'm trying to understand how she wants me to answer the questions, but I'm struggling. Y'all, it's all in how you word it and how you talk to people, your delivery. Some people will help you now. Some people gonna look at you and be like, oh, I just think this, and it ain't what they really do. But they just give you some. Go to somebody else. Find somebody that you could start studying with. I don't do study groups. I just don't do that. But you can find one person that's willing. Like I had one girl, I'm not gonna disclose her name, but we sat on FaceTime and we were doing ATI with dynamic quizzes. Like we were doing the questions, going one by one through the questions. And she would explain to me how she got one answer. because she picked the correct answer and I picked the wrong answer, or the other way around. If I picked the correct answer and she didn't even, didn't know what the answer was, I'll tell her my thought process through the question. And that's how you learn. Can't be on the island by yourself, even though sometimes I would love to. Y'all, 3, prayer changes things. Prayer changes things. You're gonna have to let some stuff go. You might have to fast. I need to drink some water. You might have to fast. Do what you gotta do to hear from God. Do what you have to do to hear from God. Because at the end of the day, this is, if God has placed this on your heart to do, you need to pull out all the stops to get it done. You have to give it your all. And I'm a firm believer that God goes before us and everything's, set and aligned how it needs to. Because I feel like in this semester, I got a little comfortable. And y'all, it's hard recording videos in the heat of the mess. In the heat of the madness. It's hard. And I was trying my best to record videos like, I'll do the week in my life. I don't see how these people do it. And majority of the people that I see do it ain't got no kids. And ain't busy like that. I gave y'all one. I tried my best. And I think it came out pretty good. But if y'all want more videos like that, I got love on it, but I didn't get as much love as I wanted to see if that was something I was going to continue to do. But y'all, it's hard. It's hard out here. It really is. So yes, and if you are in this category where you are fighting for your life, you are on guard. Like I said, prayer changes things. And understand that this is just a reevaluation. Like, this is the moment for you to go back. And even if you made it to the third exam, y'all, find what you need to do. You wasn't recording the lectures. Okay, now you need to, y'all, I am a all type of learner. I can't sit there. Some people don't even read a book in their passing. I don't see how they're doing that. I have to read. I have to look at YouTube videos over and over and over again. I have to listen to my teacher's lectures over and over again. While I'm in class, looking at the lecture, listening to the lecture of my teacher teaching, I am writing notes. Every little thing that she says about it, I'm writing it. Find what works for you. And if you're at that point where you are on guard, reevaluate. It's time to reevaluate. Sometimes you can put the reevaluation into play after the first exam. Don't even wait till you get to that second exam. After the first exam. That's normally how I get. After that first exam, and I'm like, I'm not in that, because if you can get like them hitting them 90s from the ground up, baby, you giving yourself some wiggle room, okay? But I just want y'all to understand it's doable. You just have to find a way to move, a way to make it work for you. Find out how you learn. Each teacher is different, and you can't go into every class the same way. It's not going to work. But you may be able to go into every class, just have to readjust a little bit. Readjust how you study, readjust how you take notes, readjust how you prioritize your time. And you pass. I love you guys. Thanks for watching to the end of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave some love in those comments, y'all. Leave some brown hearts for my OGs, the ones that been here from the beginning. Okay? And I'll leave some love back and leave some positivity and motivation down there for the people that need it, y'all. We all need it, honestly. But leave some love down there. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next video. If y'all have any requests, I do have my community tab open, and I'll be posting stuff, and y'all won't be saying that. But leave some comments below, and I'll get back with y'all. Bye.